Hello and welcome to your MESE lesson. I'm Claire. Today you're going to learn the what and the how of answering fourth conditional questions negatively. Let's start with what. What are these answers and statements used for? They are used to talk about imaginary situations in the future. You use this form to emphasize that you're talking about the future rather than the present. For example, if I were shooting for a salary increase this year, I wouldn't be showing up late to work. You use were plus ing verb to talk about the impossible future condition. You also use would not be plus present participle to talk about the impossible future result. The important thing about the fourth conditional is that both the condition and the result are impossible. And remember, when answering negatively, the result will always be negative, regardless if the condition is negative or positive. Good. Now let's learn how. How do you use these answers and statements? First, know how to conjugate the fourth conditional. Let's use the condition, sleep on the job, and the result, set a good example. If you want to talk about yourself, please repeat. No, if I were sleeping on the job, I wouldn't be setting a good example. If you want to talk about me, no, if you were sleeping on the job, you wouldn't be setting a good example. If you want to talk about Ian, no, if he were sleeping on the job, he wouldn't be setting a good example. If you want to talk about Emma, no, if she were sleeping on the job, she wouldn't be setting a good example. If you want to talk about us, no, if we were sleeping on the job, we wouldn't be setting a good example. If you want to talk about them, no, if they were sleeping on the job, they wouldn't be setting a good example. It's very important to memorize this conjugation fluently before you start practicing Video B. Next, really study your vocabulary. For example, if I were applying for a new job, I wouldn't be doing it while I was at work. Going in for an interview with Josh, I wouldn't be breaking a sweat. Taking Joan's side, I wouldn't be playing devil's advocate. In order to be a proficient English speaker, you need to understand how to build a sentence and use advanced vocabulary and expressions. Excellent! Now, let's review. First, what are negative fourth conditional answers and statements used for? They're used to talk about imaginary situations in the future. Second, how do you use these answers and statements? You use them by knowing the conjugation of the fourth conditional and building a more specific answer with the vocabulary. Well done! Let's move on to Video B to really practice making your own answers. Remember to keep on reviewing your vocabulary. I'm Claire, and I'll see you soon.